The Evening Hymn of Praise, The Praises of Rebirth by Shan-Tao, adapted from the Larger Sukhavati-Vyuha Sutra. Praise! We most sincerely dedicate our lives in worship to Amida Buddha of the Western Quarter. The sea of Amida's wisdom and vow is deep and broad, without shore or bottom. Those who hear his name and wish for rebirth will, each and every one, reach his country. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. The 60 and 700 billion bodhisattvas who are beyond relapse that are there within this worldly domain will each and all obtain birth in that land. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. The bodhisattvas who are few in deeds, and those who have developed scant merit, those number cannot be calculated, will each and all obtain rebirth in that land. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. The crowds of bodhisattvas and monks in the Buddha fields of the 10 quarters could not be counted in an entire age. Each and all will obtain birth in that land. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. Every one of all the bodhisattvas, each offers beautiful celestial flowers, precious incense, and garments without price to serve and worship Amida Buddha. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. Each one of them plays celestial music, produces elegant, harmonious sound, singing praise to the Supreme Honored One, offering worship to Amida Buddha. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. The sun of insight shines upon the world and melts away the clouds of birth and death. They walk 3 times around in reverence and bow to the Honored One, Amida. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. When they see that awe-inspiring pure land, fine, marvelous, unimaginable, they rouse the highest aspiration, quote, "We vow that our lands, too, shall be like this." May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. In response, the Infinite Honored One's countenance shows forth a joyful smile. His mouth emits numberless rays of light, which shine throughout the 10 quarter countries. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. Returning, the light circles his body 3 times and enters the crown of his head. All the multitudes of gods and people leap and skip, and everyone rejoices. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. The Brahma voice is like a thunderclap. The 8 sounds awaken lovely echoes. Quote, "I am acquainted with all the wishes of the upright who come from 10 quarters. When you reach that resplendent pure country, you will soon gain supernatural powers. You are certain to receive predictions from Amida and become enlightened. They fly by magic and go through all fields, worshipping 1,000,000 Tathagatas, paying respect, rejoicing, then leaving, returning to the land of peace and joy. If a man or woman is without roots of goodness, he will not get to hear the Buddha's name. The proud, the vicious, and the indolent find it hard to have faith in this doctrine. Those who saw the Buddhas in former lives are able to have faith in this matter, to hear in humble reverence and observe, and to dance and skip in great rejoicing. Anyone who is able to hear that appellation of Amida Buddha and rejoice even for an instant will be able to get birth in that land. If a fire should fill the great 1,000 worlds, pass straight through it to hear the Buddha's name. Let those who hear the name sing joyful praise. Each and all will obtain birth in that land. 10,000 years, and the 3 jewels will cease. This scripture will endure 100 years. In that time, those who hear it an instant will each and all obtain birth in that land. A Buddha age is very hard to find. Men and women with faith and insight are hard to meet. To find and hear the seldom found doctrine is exceedingly difficult to do. To have faith and to teach others the faith is even harder than other hard things. To instruct everyone with great mercy is truly to give thanks for the Buddha's grace. May compassion enfold us and protect us. May the seeds of the truth grow and flourish, both in this life and in the afterlife. May the Buddha forever preserve us. Praise! We most sincerely dedicate our lives in worship to the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin of the Western Paradise. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. Praise! We most sincerely dedicate our lives in worship to the Bodhisattva Mahastama Prapta of the Western Paradise. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy. Praise! We most sincerely dedicate our lives in worship to the pure, great, ocean-like assembly of Bodhisattvas in the Western Paradise. May all living beings be reborn in the land of peace and joy.